Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Yinzer Brothers Podcast. I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim, and we have producer T with us tonight. And we are the Yinzer Bros. We are previewing the first game of the playoffs, baby. The Steelers and the Texans, first round of the playoffs. But before we go there, what a ridiculous game. The Steelers defeat the Ravens 26-24 on a last-second missed 44-yard field goal from this guy, Loop, who will never be able to show his face in Baltimore ever again. Wow. Tim, first off, how long were you up after the game? How long did it take you to go to sleep after that crazy game this Monday?
I fell asleep at 3 a.m. I fell asleep at 3 a.m. and I'm not joking you, TJ. I was up at 5:15 directly into the gym. I looked like a Steeler garden gnome as I was going to the gym. I had Steelers everything on. Like TJ, I had Steeler layers on. Like I went there, I had sweatshirts on. I'd take off those layers and there'd be more Steeler crap underneath my stuff.
You have to represent. You did great. You got to represent. Tim, I mean, let's just be real. So guys, just so you know,
Tops were off. Tops were off for me.
And the first thing I FaceTimed him, and I'm not making this up. What I saw was he was naked from the belly button up, jumping up and down. Those size, what are those? Are those D's, double D's, whatever they were? Smacking all over the place. I'm like, hey, take it.
They are. We're trying to get them a little more cuffage, a little bit more bigger.
I don't know.
TJ. Tops were off. I couldn't. I had to have tops off.
I want to know, when did the top come off during the game? Give me what point of the game.
TJ, okay. I had my yellow Myron Cope T-shirt on first.
Yeah.
That went off when they were down 10-0. Gone. Goodbye.
Okay.
Put another shirt on. They started winning. We're good to go. Then that fourth quarter, I pretty much had it. I was tops off 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter standing. Tops
Thank
off.
God your daughter was asleep, right? Because you know how much therapy that's going to be to get that out of her mind?
No, but not only did I have tops off, I had T-shirt around my neck as I'm biting T-shirt.
Oh my gosh. It was crazy. So producer T, what was your take on the game? I mean, did you think we were going to win, honestly?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't think we were going to win.
You and your uncle are like two peas in a pod.
No, wait. So when Calvin Austin absolutely. So by the way, that man touched earth. If you saw the replay, Calvin Austin put that man on the ground, which was insane.
A great move. It looked like your Uncle Tim in his prime.
Well, exactly. When he threw when he threw that ball, I thought it's wraps. I thought game. We got it.
There was no chance it was game. I said, look at the list. I go, 50 seconds left. I go, here we go.
It was bad. But so Tim, I was watching the game at Kyle's house, and when the kick was good, not good, I called Tim immediately, like FaceTime immediately, and all I see is no top, shirt twirling.
I mean,
and then immediately hung up. It was just and then he was gone. It was crazy.
I mean, the boys got to, the girls got to breathe sometimes.
Whatever you want to call them, I don't know. But I mean, it was. You talk about for the game, the last game of the season. If the NFL is rigged, that was the Oscar performance. It was incredible. It was amazing.
I can't tell you how many, like, Twitter and what's the other one? The
Instagram,
not Instagram.
Reels,
I don't do it.
TikTok.
Not TikTok. How many stuff I watch of just Raven fans sad. TJ, it was incredible.
I know.
I was up all night just watching them. Like, I watched that Butta video, the guy Butta, the Raven fan. I watched it like 1,000 times. All I did for
cinema,
like 5
perfect
hours.
Cinema. It's just cinema.
Did you see the ones of the?
I was watching it. I was watching sad Raven fans in between sets at the gym. I was like, this is incredible.
Did you see the ones of the kids? The kids crying?
They're just crying.
Like, I was hoping there was going to be some dude with some Raven stuff at the gym, and I'm just going to be like, "Suck, are you having a good day? Having a bad day?" But truthfully, I should have known better, TJ. When I saw you can ask Melissa, when the graphic came up, the winner of this game plays Monday night, and it's going to be Houston. TJ, I look, and Melissa goes, and she's like, huh, aren't you going to be in a meeting in Houston on Monday? I go, TJ, I should have known that was, I think that was like at halftime or like second quarter. I was like, right then and there, I was like, not a chance. There's not a chance they're going to lose this game because it's just the way God intended it for me to be watching that game in Houston. I have people wanting me to, TJ, and I thought about this, and if like somebody wanted to pay me a large amount of money, I had people that I know going there. They want me to go to the watch party at the stadium.
Are you serious?
Yes, TJ. I just said to him, I'll go. I won't. I probably won't get out of that stadium alive if I went to a watch party in Houston.
Well, Houston's it's not like, I mean, it's you're not going to like Baltimore or Cleveland.
TJ, can you imagine me live streaming in Houston Stadium at a Houston Texan watch party, dressing all my Steeler crap?
I think, dude, what wouldn't you do for the Yinzer Bros?
That? Because
come on, man.
I'll be the only one there. I want to be the only one there or probably watching it. I already warned people. I go, if I disappear at some time, don't take it personal because it's either I got two options. I'm either going to be I got to run meetings Tuesday and Wednesday, so I'm either going to be really miserable in Houston or I'm going to be.
You're going to be obnoxious.
Yeah.
Like TJ, I'm bringing 2 sets of clothes.
Yeah. Like victory clothes or just normal
Yes,
clothes?
I got victory clothes for the rest of the time. Like just Steeler zip-ups and nice stuff, or don't. Like I may have to check a bag and I'm bringing so many clothes for 2 days.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to represent because, Tim, if it works, we know, everybody knows this. The only reason we're winning is because of what you're wearing. So you got to have the right wardrobe because you wear the wrong stuff. We're screwed. So don't screw this up for Pittsburgh, Tim.
Tops off, maybe at the IRG, where the stadium is.
Yep.
Can you imagine me with my boobs hanging out at the
nobody wants to see that
down at the Houston Texans Stadium?
The children, nobody wants to see that. So the game, before we're going to talk about Houston in a second, but that game, the Ravens. That's the reason that we have Rodgers. Warren is just he's ridiculous. I saw a stat today. Warren is number 1 in the league with yards after contact. And I forget the other thing that he is. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. Muth came up big. Austin, like you said in that last play, we didn't even have DJ, or DK. We didn't have him at all. Watt didn't look. I mean, he had a decent game. So he's not like sucking on oxygen every 4 minutes. He played the majority of the game. And I mean, the Croom de la Croix, they fire Harbaugh right after.
I was starting to think during that game. I was like, does Jalen Ramsey have money on this game? Because he was getting smoked in every possible. Yeah. I go, what is going on here with Jalen Ramsey? I was like, yeah, man.
It was bad, but it worked out. And then you start to hear the word back. You hate to hear it. Now words leaking out about how Lamar's got some of the what's the dude from the guy from the Cardinals that they had to put in his clause. He had to study his playbook and all that stuff.
Kyler Murray?
Oh, yeah, they said now they're saying Lamar's like falling asleep and he's disinterested and all these other things. I hate to see that happen.
I would take Lamar Jackson. It wasn't Lamar Jackson's fault they lost that game.
No, it wasn't.
He was like Superman, truthfully.
Yeah. But it was Lamar Jackson's fault that they were in that predicament. He's one of the reasons they were.
Why?
Well, I could play. I can't play. I'm this. I'm that.
That dude was electric that game, TJ. So he was electric that game.
He's going into his 9th year.
Yeah.
How long does this keep going? This is about the time Cam Newton fell apart.
You could say the same thing about Josh Allen, right?
They play a little different. No, you're right. I guess Josh has got a little bit more. He's not his speed. He's just more power run you over.
I don't know, man. Like it wasn't his fault they lost. It was. I think it was. Steelers just controlled the ball the second half.
Yeah.
It just what it came down to.
Yeah, they look good.
And when Kyle Hamilton got hurt, that defense stinks when he's not playing, man.
It does. Mm-hmm. It does. And again, they weren't your typical Ravens defense. But here's the reality. They haven't had a great defense in the last couple of years, really. How about that block? Did you see Zach Frazier take out Roquan Smith? That was that was cinema.
We have a very good line, dude.
We do.
We do.
Which we're going to see how good they are this week because the Houston front is pretty remarkable. Before we talk about Houston, let's look in the Yinzer mailbag. What is the Yinzer mailbag? It's when you, the Yinzer fans, and by the way, if people don't know, the Yinzer fans, they're a global movement. We are international. I don't know if you know that or not, but it's when you, the Yinzer fan, get to ask us, the Yinzer Bros and producer T tonight, anything you want. If you have a question for us, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com. And if you're lucky enough, you will get your question read and answered by our expertise on this podcast. Tim, what is in the Yinzer mailbag tonight?
Oh, right. Got a lot from the mush here. Okay. Was the victory divine intervention?
Yes.
And what kind of juju is it going to take for the Steelers to win this playoff game? I mean, TJ, how many priests you got to bring out? Bring them all out, TJ.
Bring as many as you need.
That was crazy.
Yeah. I say bring out, don't just do it, stay with the priest. I bring out a Baptist guy, a Methodist guy, an Anglican guy, whoever you need. You get what you need to get out there to get this thing going on.
I mean, incredible. I mean, that whole story is incredible. That guy was throwing holy water, and the ball went right there. That's insane, TJ.
It is. I'm with you. You know what? That just tells you. It's divine.
It's insane.
You know what reminds me of Tim? It reminds me, and some of you guys don't know the story. Our mom was, a saint, great lady. She had one flaw. Well, she had a few flaws, but one of her flaws is this. Brady at his height, she'd pray for God to bless the Steelers and God to help Ben Roethlisberger, and she would pray for Tom Brady to break his leg. I said, Mom, you can't pray that. That's not a good thing to pray. And she's like, don't tell me how to pray, blah, blah, blah. And one year she prayed that, and he tore his ACL. He was done for the year. She goes, look, and that's when the Steelers won the Super Bowl.
Don't bring that up now. That's bad juju right there. That's bad juju.
I'm telling you what she did. And from that point on, I said, you pray however you want. Keep going, Tim.
Okay. What was your immediate reaction when Boz missed the PAT?
Well, it was blocked.
I know.
Let's just say that first. I was like, holy crap.
Game over.
TJ, I wanted everybody fired. I wanted him to cut Boz right there on the field. I didn't.
Because you're a Yinzer, Tim. You're a
You
pure
can ask
Yinzer.
Melissa. You could ask Melissa what came out about. I said, I was like, take Boz, cut. Like, I didn't even want to see him. Like, I wanted them to, like, as he's walking, feel like, you're cut. Take your jersey off and get out of here.
Well, you know what's funny? The way it moves so fast. I remember when it first happened, I said, I think that was blocked. Because it changed direction too quick. I went, that's crazy. He didn't just miss that. Something happened with that.
TJ, Boz is getting me nervous.
Yeah.
TJ, Boz is getting me nervous, dude. He's getting me nervous.
I think still when the pressure's on, hey, that kid Loop, dear Lord, how long is it going to take for him to eat with like a spoon again? He's probably sucking food through a straw. That poor kid.
I mean, if I was the Steelers right now, I would do what you did back in the day. I would have brought Debo back and sent him out with Chris Boswell kicking and be like, you missed that. We're gonna have bad thoughts in the shower.
Hey, it is what it is.
Whatever it takes.
I still like Boz. I think Boz is gonna be fine.
Okay, another winning season for Coach T. If he wins a playoff game, do you sign him to an extension?
Yes.
I don't think you're going to have to because I'm calling my shot. 2027 will be Tomlin's last year here in the Pittsburgh. He'll be leaving.
He might be going to TV. I don't know. What do you think about that producer T? What do you think he's going to do?
Yeah, I think, it's hard to argue with like what was it? He was going into the third quarter. His sideline thing like had me wanting to run through a brick wall. So like it's hard to judge because it's like people want to play for him. So it's like
they do.
As long as he's winning and the most important, winning games that matter. I just don't see how you move on at this point. Now, if he would have lost, I think we would have also fired him. Most likely. I don't think
there was any chance he's getting fired, period. Even if they lost. To me, again, I think I've been saying it for 2027. Mr. Freeman from Notre Dame will be your Steelers head coach.
He could be.
He will be.
That's not bad,
he will be. TJ, he has 70% of his roster is former Steelers kids players. It's just the natural progression, right? He will be.
But this was the moment for me at the end of the game when they have the mic on there, and Mike and Aaron are talking, and Aaron goes up to him. He goes, thanks for bringing me here, and he said, thanks for coming. That told you everything you needed to know. So Tomlin is the one that he's like, you're my guy. I'm going to get you. So you know what? As long as you can attract these guys, and again, if we can figure out the coaching part of it, which I think we're doing a pretty good job this year, I say keep him. He loves the game still. He's not bored on the game.
I agree.
You know what's too? I'm going to be honest with you. And again, I didn't dislike Harbaugh as far as a coach. Didn't he always have that clueless look about him, like what was going on? And you got to love it, man. The end of the game, Tomlin beats his chest and he blows a kiss. What other coach in the National Football League does that now? Name one. He has a personality. The coaches don't have personalities. Like he's not like that wahoo down in Miami that looks like a crack addict.
The Bears coach he takes tops off in the locker room.
I'm talking like out there for the camera. That's like a lost. They used to all be like that. Nobody's like that anymore. They're like high executives.
Who was like that before coaches? There's no other coach
You
done
had
that.
Glanville. You had Bud. Whatchamacallit for the Eagles and stuff like that. He would like he got a fist fight on the side of. I mean, you have the Ditkas, all those guys.
You're right.
Cowher. Remember when Cowher shoved the 12 men on the field, the thing in the guy's pocket? You don't see guys doing that anymore. You see guys now. You got these modern guys who are on the sideline vaping on the side. They're vaping cherry on the sideline. Thank God he's not vaping cherry like McDaniel or whatever the guy's name from Miami.
He's fired though.
He did.
Yeah.
You know they're talking about. Who's interviewing him for offensive coordinator is
Detroit.
Detroit. Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay. Who gets your nod for defensive player of the game, dude? Cam Hayward.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
He's a force. Cam Hayward.
He was everywhere. I'm not gonna make fun of him for asking for more money because he was everywhere.
You know what? At this rate, too, he's 36 years old. Has he slowed down at all?
No. He's ranked 1 still.
Yeah, let him play as long as he wants to play. Give him money. Do what you need to do. You can't get any worse. I mean, he looks great. I'll tell you what. And it looks like that defensive line we have now. Even Benton played a great game. They're stout.
I saw.
Are you okay? Did you have a stroke?
No, I can't. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think it's and I saw. I mean, I don't know if it's a curse or it's good. I saw Louderface was practicing.
He was.
Uh-huh.
He was.
He sucks. I mean, but he's a depth. I wouldn't put him in the rotation. I would have been like, hey, we'll keep you over there. Just stay. Just sit on the bench.
Hey, who's that big white guy that had that sack? I didn't even know he was playing on the team.
Lee.
His name's me. Tim Harris sneaked on. Sneaked on.
He about the same stature, about the same girth.
He wants to know, hey, what was your favorite memory of the Harbaugh era?
A favorite memory. This was a pretty good one. This is up in my top 3. Because it's one thing to beat them. It's another thing when they I watched the videos like you did, Tim. I went down the rabbit hole for about an hour because they were so arrogant. They're like, this is like Money in the Bank. And for them to screw themselves, they can't say anything about it. They did it themselves.
I mean,
I got to say, when we were in St. Lucia and we beat them to go to the Super Bowl for your wedding, and
I was so drunk that night.
It was magical. It was magical.
I was so hammered that night.
That's probably my best moment with that because it was that's when Polamalu intercepted that ball late and he ran it in.
I think I was trying to run in the ocean and people told me stop because it was like 1 a.m. and I would have probably died.
Probably. I think that's there's been so many good ones, but I think that's a good. This is in the top 3.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, TJ, the Steelers are coach murderers. That's what they do.
They are. They are.
They murder coaches. You lose the Steelers, you lose your job.
It doesn't hurt that they play Cleveland twice a year. And how many coaches do Cleveland go to? They go through Cleveland like coaches like socks.
They do, but like they do at Cincinnati. But here, TJ, they get fired right after they lose to the Steelers.
I agree.
This is what happens. You lose the Steelers and you get fired. It's unbelievable.
Now, you do have to think this, though, and it is magical. These two, they face each other 44 times. You're not going to see that again. You're just not going to see that again in the NFL. It's built different. They played against each other 44 times, almost 20 years. That's like old school stuff. That's like Noel and Landry and you're not going to see that again. It's incredible.
I mean, TJ, there were so many videos of those Raven fans. TJ, it was. Can you imagine if the roles were reversed? I would have shattered. That would have probably been a TV
You'd have been on one of them. Because your wife would have taken a video of you and put it directly onto the TikTok.
I would be too scared that would be like for me, I would never take a video like that, me with the TV with that going on, because I'm going, that's juju right there. That's bad juju right there.
It was beautiful.
But I mean, that was tough. I'm stunned my daughter didn't wake up that night. Because I was.
Dude, me and Tori, we were all dancing around the house. It was like literally.
It went from. TJ, I was downstairs just on my couch watching the after show with the Peacock, and then I didn't even get to the. Let me just put it this way, TJ. I didn't even get to the press conferences until about 1:30 in the morning. That's
wow.
And I look at the clock. I go, wow. I was like, this is bad news for me. I was like,
yeah. And I'll tell you what, and the way he called that too, that's one of the best calls. It was perfect.
Oh, Al Michaels, it was great, dude.
It was perfect.
I mean, I think I caught and it was great. I think the timing when I was watching the Peacock after show, like the first timing when they went into like the Mike Tomlin press conference, and it was when he was like, if my aunt had male parts. I'm like, dude, I was like, dude, all I kept saying was like, I was actually looking like, did anybody come out with a t-shirt like 3 minutes out? Because I was going to buy it.
They got to have
like 10 of them.
They got to have one now. What else you got in the Yinzer mailbag?
He's got a bunch of stuff of going into the game, so we can kind of just go from there. We could be there all night answering mush questions.
Okay. Anything else in there? Anybody else?
No. I mean, but if you would have saw some of my texts after that game, absolutely hysterical, dude.
I'm sure. All right. So again, if you get further on, if you'd like to contact the Yinzer Bros, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com. We'll get you on the show. Let's talk about Steelers in Houston. I mean, Houston, great defense. I mean, they're the number one defense in the league.
Mm-hmm.
What are they, number 7th against the pass, I think, or something like that?
They're insane. They're insanely good.
They're a very good defense. Again, our defense, we'll see who shows up. Let's talk about this.
What do you think Tomlin's just beating in those guys' ears all week? That defense,
dude. I'll tell you what, man. It is
all week. They're hearing it,
and you're seeing it now. So let's talk about the Steelers' offense versus their defense. We know they have a great pass rush, but you mentioned this earlier, Tim and T. Our offensive line. I think they were rated first last week for PFF. Again, PFF to me is. I don't know how they come up with their formula and stuff like that, but their offensive line seems like it's gelling at the right time. I'll tell you what, this good fill-in left tackle is doing pretty good.
Oh, Broderick Jones just got Wally pipped. I mean, there's no he'll be a good swing tackle next year because he's not. He lost his job. He lost his job.
He did. Yeah, he did. So what do you think when you match up the Steelers offense, what does the Steelers offense have to do in order to neutralize this defense or to beat this defense?
I don't know, man. This defense it's good on all levels, TJ. That's what gets me weirded. Like they have the dudes to take out. I'm kind of curious what they're going to do with DK.
Yeah.
I don't know if Stingley I'm wondering if they're going to shade double team to him. Or I don't know if they're going to have Stingley just go one-on-one with him, or they're just going to double up DK and then have Stingley take out whoever number 2 is. So it forces you guys to I don't know, man. They're good on even their linebackers are like half decent. It's tough to run against them. It's like I don't know what they're going to do, man. I think
their edges are scary. Their edges are scary. I think you can run on them up the middle. I think you can have some success. Is there any team the Steelers haven't really been able to run on this year?
No.
The Browns.
Well, the Browns are special, but they still ran decent.
This defense is a lot better than the Browns' defense.
I would say. I mean, they have different strengths. I would say that. But I think they can be beat.
If I'm them, you gotta. I think early in the game you have to take some deep pops just to kind of say, "Hey, we're not afraid not to throw deep." So it's to me, you got to take some. You got to take some jump balls, even if you got to throw a couple in double coverage of DK. DK better come out with a rocket up his rear end.
Dude, he's going to come by. He's going to come out of this game. He's going to be angry and motivated, which is imagine DK angrier than he already is.
To me, it just gets me nervous because like Jonnu Smith, every time I see him on the field, he gets me so angry because he can't block.
I mean, that's true. I mean, losing Washington's a big deal, but I mean, dude, I'll tell you what, I can't believe I'm even saying this. The depth of their receiver room now for what they need it to be. You've got your main stretch guy. Austin's not bad. Thielen and these guys, they're not super fast, but you don't need them to be. They're going to be slot guys. They know to get to their spots. And you got a guy that is surgical if you give him enough time. I think the thing's going to be, it's going to be on the line. Can the line give him enough time to throw the ball?
And I think it's going to need to be early in the game because it seems like when Rodgers got hit early in the game, and I'm scared to have. That's the one thing I got the mental because you saw him with the Garrett thing. Because I think he was always thinking that dude is coming. Same thing with these two outside dudes. If he's thinking that the whole time and he's fidgeting in the pocket,
but you didn't have DK. And you
I
didn't
don't
have
disagree
Austin.
with you, man.
You didn't have DK and you didn't have Austin. Your number one receiver was, what's his name again? Scantling?
That guy, man.
MVS.
He did have a huge catch on third down.
He did. But did you see, you were right, paddle hands. Did you see that thing bouncing around in his hand, in his chest like a pinball machine?
Every time it goes, I'm going like this.
So, I mean,
what do you think, Ty? What do they got to do?
Yeah, what do you think they got to do?
I think honestly, I think Freiermuth's a big deal, man. I really do. I think even though I think part of that success up the middle was obviously Kyle Hamilton getting hurt, which is actually huge for us. I don't know why it always takes us to the last 3 games to realize again, like maybe we should give him the ball a little bit more specifically in the middle of the field. That was working really, really well.
Yeah.
And so I think for the sake of spacing, we know DK, like our favorite thing right now is his like 3-yard slant. But aside from that, I mean, we are not throwing anything over the middle most of the time. But if Pat, for some reason, gives Aaron confidence to do that, then put him over the middle and throw the ball.
That's not bad. I think that's a good strategy.
Baltimore, like, they're not – the Texans aren't going to be missing tackles left and right like Baltimore did.
Yeah.
On those dump-offs, those are going to be 3-yard gains. They're not going to be missing tackles. I mean, that is one thing that, I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a very – it's going to come down to don't turn the ball over. That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah. And we both are 2 good teams that don't really turn the ball over a lot. If I were to say one, well, we'll talk about their offense in a second. But so who is your defensive player or your offensive player to watch for Pittsburgh? Ty, who's your offensive player you think is going to be the difference maker other than Aaron Rodgers?
Week to week to week to week, it's got to be Gainwell.
Yeah, he's been special.
He's the change of pace that I think we always hoped that Jalen was going to be for Najee, but this for some reason works better for some reason. And it seems like he's always open when you need him to be open in the moments that are so crucial. And I think you're starting to see like that split between them is starting to even out a little bit more because I think he's so explosive when he's on field. So I think it just week to week right now, like it's hard to not say that about the guy who's voted team MVP,
Yeah, so. I agree. Tim, how about you? Who's your offensive player to watch?
A Cyborg. It's got to be DK. It has to be DK. Yeah. It has to be. I mean, as long as if I was using Texans, I'd all come out in blue wigs underneath your helmet and just see what happens. Just see what happens. That would
probably get him like a Toro. He'd probably get him rolling. I'm going to take.
To me, it's DK. It's got to be DK's got to. I'm expecting DK to go off, which means he'll have 2 catches for 10 yards.
Well, even his presence on the field, though, he draws enough attention that I think the Steelers' offense is able to do what it needs to do when he's on the field. When there's no threat for him, and you're coming in angry, I'm going to take a different approach to this. I just think I see something different in him now. I mean, it's not that he hasn't been great, but I see there's more purpose, and he is hard to tackle. I'm going to say Jaylen Warren. I think Warren, even though they have a stout defense, I think the offensive line is going to take this game over, especially between the tackles. Their defense is made to pinch. I think they're going to punch holes up the middle, and I think he's going to break at least one long run. That's going to be a backbreaker to these guys.
Let me ask you a question.
He's tough.
Let me ask you a question, honest question. Do you get nervous though that you every time he touches the ball that he's going to fumble?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
I just want to make sure that it's just not me.
See, when he runs through, he's a double-handed guy, which is fine.
I know, but every time nervous.
Every time that he runs hard and then he spins out or breaks one, I'm like, get on the ground. Get on the ground. The ball is going to come out. I could just feel it.
He is, you know what he is to me? I know it's a weird description. He reminds me, you remember how James Harrison was so low to the ground that he was tough to those offensive tackles couldn't do anything with him. He is so low to the ground and stout guys think they have a beat on him, and he just runs through them. He's slippery, but he's like a fire hydrant. I've not the closest one running back I remember to see. Now again, he doesn't have the moves, like this guy, but the closest one I remember Morris was kind of built like him a little bit, where he had that low bottom end.
Dan Morris.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was like
Morris was like 6'4", like 290.
No. Morris for Minnesota, not Bam Morris, not our Bam Morris. He was a running back from Minnesota years ago. He reminded me a little bit of the dude from Detroit. Whatchamacallit?
This year?
No,
Number 5?
Montgomery?
No. Back in the day, the greatest running back we ever had. He had that low to the ground thing. Now he wasn't shifty like Barry Sanders, but he was low from the bottom down.
You drinking that priest's holy water? What's going on with you, bud?
He's a new. Who do you describe him to? Like who do you relate him to? Anybody in the league right now?
A poor man's Emmitt Smith. A very poor man's Emmitt Smith.
You know what? Emmitt Smith wasn't as slippery as he is. Emmitt Smith they had a massive offensive line. He was one cut straight through a hole. He's slippery. He goes through places. He's small. He's smaller than Emmett. I mean, it's hard to get a beat on him. And he's like one big solid piece of muscle, which is interesting to me.
What was the guy from Tampa Bay? That was good for like 2 years, and I'd always get him in fantasy after that, and he'd stink. The muscle hamster. What they call him?
What'd you call him? The what?
They call him the muscle hamster. He's a running back for.
I don't know. I don't know
him, and I think he has a little Maurice Jones-Drew in him.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. He just has a very,
muscle hamster. That's gonna bug me. I gotta look at the muscle hamster.
So he's pretty stout. Let's flip it to the other side of the ball. Let's talk about the Steelers defense and the Houston offense. Obviously, their offense is going to run through C.J. Stroud. They don't run the ball very well at all.
The running backs stink.
Yeah. So I mean,
and I say that they'll probably rush for 400 yards. Doug Martin, the muscle hamster. Doug Martin.
Yeah.
See now, this is how much he's on my. I don't even know who that is.
Oh, he's a muscle hamster.
I don't even know who he is. So let's talk about the Houston offense. I mean, obviously Stroud can throw the ball, but he's young, and you see that. Let me ask you a question. Did you think he would be further along than he is?
TJ, I never trust an Ohio State quarterback. Even when he was killing his rookie year and all that stuff, I go, he's an Ohio State quarterback. They'll come back. They come back to reality at some point.
Would you take him, Tim?
Over Rodgers?
I mean, not just say if we could trade to get him, would you take him?
It depends who else is in the mix.
Would you take him for a first round draft pick and a third round draft pick, and say you send Wilson to him?
Wilson?
Yeah.
Roman Wilson?
Yeah, Roman Wilson.
Oh, I mean, golly, at this point right now, he's like here's a bag of golf balls. CJ Stroud, I don't like him, dude. It's just me. I don't like him.
I would take him in a heartbeat, first and a third.
I just don't like him, dude. I don't think he hasn't been good and their line is brutal. Their line stinks. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I'm just not I'd take him, but I wouldn't feel. I don't know if I'd be like, yeah, this is the guy for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to take him. Who else have I got? Who else you giving me?
That's just it. So the offense. So here's the thing. Can the Steelers defense? It looks like the Steelers defense is doing pretty well. Lamar did have some. Dude, those two like broken plays, whatever those things were, those were like ridiculous. Those weren't even like. And again, you can't. I don't put that on Lamar's skill. I put that on the Steelers' ineptness. When you're running, Zay Flowers is running by himself, and you can make that pass, Tim, with your bum shoulder. I don't put that on. Lamar is so great. But let's look at the one time he did.
TJ, let's look at the bigger picture with that is, dude, they were selling out on Derrick Henry the whole time. So their eyes are down there. That's what they're doing.
So Lamar doesn't get credit for all that. They're terrified of Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but I'm also terrified of Lamar. TJ, now you ask, here we ask you a question. Would you rather have Lamar or would you rather have CJ Stroud?
I take Stroud.
You are a crazy person.
I think
you are a crazy person.
I think he's a better passer. I think he's a better pocket passer.
You are an absolute lunatic.
I think he is. Tim,
we'd win the Super Bowl every year if we had Lamar.
Who's on the couch? Who's on the couch? And who's still playing?
TJ, he's got a defense that's the greatest on the planet right now.
So who is he throwing to, Tim?
Nico Collins is pretty good.
Not bad. So you got Zay Flowers, Nico Collins.
Their tight end's very good too.
Who's his running back, Tim?
They're right. They're running back. I agree with you. Their running backs stink.
You take Derrick Henry off that team for Baltimore. Where are they at?
Okay.
You take the King off there. Where are they at?
Okay.
Where do they finish in the AFC? I mean, though they're still going to be probably second, but it ain't going to be close to us.
If you have a healthy Lamar, they're still going to be there. They've only had
King
Henry.
You've heard
they've
my
only had
thoughts
King
on
Henry
Lamar
for 2
Jackson.
years.
He's one guy. I don't think he's not shown. He's never been able to win the big game yet.
Neither is C.J. Stroud.
Well, Lamar's in his 9th year, Tim.
Okay.
Stroud's in his 3rd year?
They defer on you on this one, big guy.
I'm telling you, I think I would take him in a heartbeat. I like him. I think he's just a better key. I think he throws a better ball. Again, is he as shiny? No, but they've changed the entire offense. They've wrapped it around to be Lamar. It's basically let's see what happens now with Harbaugh being gone.
I think you get
Harbaugh the problem?
I think you get a good offensive coach. They're going to be extremely dangerous, dude.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Did you know this? I forgot this. You know Harbaugh was a special teams coach.
He was.
I forgot that.
So was Cowher, wasn't he?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I mean, I don't know. Stroud, what?
So how does the Steelers defense rank? I mean, how do you think they match up against their offense? Can the Steelers defense stop them?
Fantastically, TJ. Fantastic. Yeah. TJ, I think they're going to – yeah, I think it's – I think they're going to be good. They're going to be fine. Because because put it this way, the guy that killed them in the past is the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
Yes.
So he's not calling plays. That guy seems to, not this year, but every other year, seems to somehow have the Steelers'
you're right.
number. So I think this defense is going to be flying around.
I think you're right. So, Ty, who is your defensive player to watch for the Steelers? Who's your guy?
I mean, in my head, it's got to be T.J. Watt for me.
Wow.
We are getting to a place now where, like, I know that he got stabbed in the lung, but we have to get something. We have to get.
Can you imagine trying to play through that?
No, I couldn't. Which is why I think he's good because he played the whole game. I mean, it was actually pretty impressive.
Don't tell me. I just think you didn't get a little nervous when he done one play where dude kind of grabbed his side. I'm going, oh my God, he's open. Dude.
I'm like, I'm just like one shot here and he's dead. I'm like, get off the field. No, I just think like. I think for Nick Herbig to be effective, I think for any of those dudes to be effective, you need some sort of vintage Watt a little bit to draw distraction. Because if I'm going to be honest, if Highsmith continues to have a little bit of those weird plays like that, where you have Lamar literally on your face mask and you can't tackle him, that doesn't scare me.
Dude, Highsmith has been playing
an offense.
Absolute lights out the past month.
I know. But in the games where things matter like that play was great. Dude, if he makes that tackle, the game is completely different.
There's a lot of plays that they make that.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's to me.
That one. But to me, there's two guys there. That's Lamar. I mean, that's just Lamar being Lamar.
The only other guy that I think could do that is probably Josh Allen. Is probably from the Bills. Those are probably the only two guys that throw him off like that.
Yeah, it just that went right. That ball was a touchdown. So like it's either a sack or a touchdown. And so I'm saying is that at some point we need to get something. And not saying that like he needs to be the Watt we have known, but it needs to be something that still strikes enough fear to slide protections over to him enough.
Absolutely.
I could tell as that game got later and later and later in the Baltimore game, he was getting closer. If you look at that fourth down play, that they converted to likely.
I agree.
He was like a millisecond away. That would have been a fumble, and he would have died. He's even pass rushers have timing, and I think as that game went on, I was like, Watt's getting closer. He's getting closer. I think he's going to be on full tilt. I think he's going to have a monster game. The safeties do get me nervous because they've been playing like crap, and I got a feeling for some god-awful reason where I see some Chuck Clark. Every time I see Chuck Clark, it makes me nervous.
Well, I think they were like again, I think Henry attracted so much attention. If you don't have to fear their running attack like Henry, then I think these guys can pin their ears back. And they're getting such a push from the middle of those guys.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, what do you do?
and what's hard is that I think the beauty of Jalen Ramsey is also the downfall, which is that he wants to be in every play and he
He
wants to
does.
make the big play. And there were lots of times I think last week where in any other game versus any other opponent, I think all of those plays where he looks out of place, I think he's actually in place in most games.
That last touchdown that they had to
Yes.
Zay Flowers, that wasn't his fault.
No. Mm-mm.
That
No.
was Duggar's fault. If you look at that play, that was Duggar's fault.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
He was over the top. It was Duggar's fault.
Yeah. And so
But
do
he
you
has
get
to break. He has to
well,
break up that play to Likely. I mean, you got
yes.
that.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
That was the perfect
it,
throw, the perfect catch. I mean, that was
in
sentiment. That was
slow
good.
mo too. It looks bad. Like he jumps up like this and this,
Yeah.
but like if you get anything from Ramsey the way that we saw, in like week 1, 2, and 3, where he's selling out for those things and making big plays that shift momentum, I think it's a different ball game. And unfortunately, on the opposite side of the same coin, when he makes those choices and he misses by a second, it looks really bad. And so I think more of those, I think again for most teams that we're going to play, he's there 9 out of 10 times. I think this was a weird week.
Yeah, I agree. Tim, who's your guy?
To me, this game is going to come down to tackling. I think Houston's going to be running a lot of crossers, a lot of dink and dunk, and they're going to try to kind of exploit it that way. So you got to tackle well. I think I'm going to say Patrick Queen's going to be a big because I got a feeling their tight end. Someone's going to have to cover him. Either it's one of the linebackers. So I'm thinking Patrick Queen's going to have a nice game. So I'm going to say Patrick Queen's going to be my guy.
I think it's a good choice. I think he's going to have to come up big for them to do anything. I think again, I just think he's motivated. I think he sees the window closing, and I just think he's superhuman. I'm going to say Cam is going to have another just ridiculous game. I just think he's going to. He just looks crazy. Wasn't that cool too? They did the brotherly shove where they put Cam Hayward in the back, and he literally picks his brother up and carries him into the end zone, which is ridiculous.
I mean, can you imagine going from like Darnold to him? Can you imagine him hitting me? TJ, if he hit me in the back, I'd be paralyzed. Like I would be instantly paralyzed. I'd be like, what happened to him? Just I can't walk. I'd be paralyzed.
That's true. So here's the big moment, guys. What is your score prediction for the Steelers and Texans on Monday night? Producer T?
28-21 Steelers.
28 points. Holy camoly.
I like it.
Hey,
Jim?
I'm just saying his prediction last week was what 27-24.
It was.
So we're off by just 1 point. And who would have thought that would have been a missed field goal?
That's true. That's true.
Of all things.
That's
I'm
true.
going 28-21. We're up by a touchdown comfortably.
Okay. Jim?
I think this game is oh, good God, I don't even know. I feel better about this game than I did the Raven game.
Okay.
But I still think it's going to be I think a lot of it's going to come down to the first quarter. Believe it or not. But I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win. I'm going to say it's going to be 13-10. The Pittsburgh Steelers will win. Boz will redeem himself, hit a game winner, and we will be marching on.
All right. That's good. I'm going to I believe there's going to be a lot of field goals in this. And I think the Steelers are going to be able to move the ball. Let me say this. I think the Steeler defense is better than their offense, and I think they're going to stifle them. I don't see them getting more than 10 points. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say the Steelers will win 23-10. They're going to do it. They're going to have two tutties and 3 field goals, and maybe one of those tutties will be a defensive touchdown.
Thought about that myself.
Well, I think Stroud is going to be. They're going to have him running around, and he's going to make at least one mistake. He's going to throw at least a pick. So they have 8 turnovers this year. 7 of them are on Stroud.
Oh, no doubt. I think he's going to be running around, but he can run a little bit. You know,
well, he can. But he's not Lamar, but he can run.
He can run a little bit. But I agree with you. I think he's going to be running for his. At some point in time, the dink and dunk is, as long as they're tackling the dink and dunk, they're going to have to do something at some point. He's going to have to make a play, and he's going to be running around. He's got to hold the ball a little bit more than needs to be. So,
I agree. I think too, when you turn the Steelers into a one-dimensional, when all they have to do is focus really on one thing, they're scary. I mean, they've got such depth at outside backer. Their inside backers are fast and they're pretty disciplined. Their back end is good enough, and their middle push. I think that's the thing that they have this year that they haven't had in a long time.
What just drives me nuts, man. Can you imagine if Deshaun Elliott isn't hurt?
I know. And maybe next week, if they can hold it together for another week. I heard this too, and I don't know if it's true or not, that if they somehow weave their way deep into the playoffs and maybe they get to the Super Bowl, that there's a chance that Washington will be back.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Darnell Washington.
Mount Washington.
TJ, at this point, I don't want to say this. I want to see how this game goes because I have a feeling whatever they did with Freiermuth unlocked something in this offense.
Yeah.
And that is not unlocked because Washington can't do that.
Oh, he can't. You're right. He can't. But I'll tell you, and again, if they can run without him, I mean, great. That he is a presence and he's a mismatch. I mean, he's a nightmare for those guys on the outside.
For a game like this, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he would be incredible because you don't have to worry about going to help every 5 seconds on those guys on those ends. But the weird part is, man, they get through Houston. As long as they're not playing Buffalo, I feel good about whoever they're playing next.
I do too.
Which is weird. And I'll tell you right now, TJ.
You got a feeling?
No. Yeah, too early. I will say, though, I'm just going to leave it at this. So here's some friendly advice for the bettors out there if we hear anybody listening. Again, the Houston thing I told you when that popped up, that diagram, I knew that we were going to win that game because I have to be in Houston.
Yeah.
These are just for some friendly inside better tips. If you want to take it, good. Don't blame me. Whatever. Steelers are going to win because I got to be in Disney World that Sunday.
You do.
And I'm not, TJ, it's not the fact that I have an option. I can't get out of going to Magic Kingdom because we spent money on a separate private place to watch the fireworks and eat chocolate. So I'm going to be having to watch that game from my phone.
Like kind of incognito, right?
TJ, how the hell can I be incognito?
I'm just telling you. Because your daughter's going to be like, Dad, get off your dang phone. We're looking at.
I'm going to say, shut your pie hole. I'm going to just, TJ, there's.
Father of the year.
That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes for me. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to be.
Tim, well, you're not going to be able to take your clothes off there. What are you going to do?
What's good?
Man at Disney takes his clothes off.
TJ, my phone is going to be. It's going to be at war with its battery life, and I can see it happening now. Me being like, no, what, and it just going out, and I'm like, and I'm looking, and I'm like,
you better bring your charger. Bring your charger with you,
TJ. I'll have 47 chargers with me. For some awful reason, they won't work. Something will happen. Next thing I know, Disney will have I won't be able to watch the game because Disney will have something piped directly into my phone.
It's like your radio systems at the Patriots again. You're putting in the pregame.
I can sense this whole thing happening. Me running around Disney trying to find a TV, and all I'm seeing is fatzos with Mickey Mouse ears. And I'm going. I just want to see the Steelers.
Tim, the things we do.
Next thing you know, all I am is I'm on the monorail at 1 a.m. going, what the hell happened? What happened?
Oh, you'll know, Tim. Trust me, you'll know. All
And I
right,
know
that's
it's
what
going to
we.
happen. And let me give you another. They'll probably win that game, and I'll probably try to go to the other game, and I won't be able to go because I'll probably get COVID for being in Disney.
Probably. Probably. Oh, Tim, before we leave tonight, I got to tell you one other thing that happened to me this week at our restaurant, The Well. We're there, and there's a couple there from Pittsburgh, and we're talking friendly talk, and they said, they're older. They said, they said, where are you from? They're from like Harrison City. I said, I'm from Monroeville. So Monroeville. I said, did you go to school at Gateway? I go, yeah, I went to school at Gateway. I went there. My brother went
TJ,
there.
if this is going to be something that makes fun of me,
No, this is great. This is great. So they said, hey, they said Gateway, they had some massive football teams. I said, yeah, we had some good ones. They said we were down at Three River Stadium in 1987. He said when Gateway beat North Hills, and I went, I was on that field. and then we start talking, and now they're on the Christmas card list, Tim.
that just feels like a bad juju story from some reason.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. So if you like what you hear, guys, don't be afraid to pass it along to all your friends and your neighbors. Again, we're the Yinzer Bros. Stay classy, Pittsburgh.
Live from Houston, we still number one out here.
All right. See ya.